All right, guys, we're out here for the second installment of the Overboard performance evaluation for the Backfire hammer. We normally would be doing like a warm-up right now, going through the speed modes to get a feel for the board before we start the testing, but just because that's already been done in past videos, we're gonna break down the unboxing and give you guys the scoring that we came up with. So as far as the packaging, we went with a 4.5 on that just because it was double boxed. They did protect it really well, and the only reason it doesn't get a perfect 5 is because there are some boxes out there that are a lot more informative. I know that's not a big deal, but that's the only reason it doesn't get a perfect score. Okay, so as far as accessories are concerned, because Backfire is offering so many different accessories, and even though that it comes at a cost, we're giving it a 4.5, a nearly perfect score, only because regardless of if the accessories have that much value, there are many accessories offered just at a price, so it gets a 4.5. And as far as quality and components go on this board, seemingly every single thing about this board is top quality, except for that damn battery pack. That battery pack, they should have put MOA cells in the thing, and really a whole entire board's life revolves around that battery pack, and if it's not gonna provide you with the amount of time or, you know, the range that you want for a good ride, then what's the board actually even worth? So we have to give this board a 7 because everything about it, from tip to toe, top to bottom, seems like top quality, but that battery pack, it just makes this board something that, you know, most people would turn away from. Okay guys, so now it's time for the performance section of the evaluation. We're gonna start it off with an off-the-line power test in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so now we have the acceleration and control. I'm gonna get us up to about 20 and nail it. Oh yeah, very, very smooth. Just slow down for the speed bump here. You can get a good idea. Check this out. Seems perfectly smooth. You can't expect much else out of a hobby wing. About damn near perfect. So now we're gonna start the third portion of the evaluation, and that would be the torque tests. And where better than to start a torque test than in an all-terrain situation. So let's get it. So this final torque test was created for the big boys out there who are concerned with their weight being an issue in the performance of the board. I have a 40-pound weight vest, and I have 2 10-pound leg weights that I'm going to be putting into my backpack, and we're going to be seeing whether or not the Backfire hammer can send us up this hill with a dry weight of 220 pounds. All right, I got the board in turbo. We're about to send it. Let's go. Like a ball. Average of 14, 15, yeah. guys, well that brings us to the wrap-up portion of the evaluation. We're gonna go burn the last few remaining miles off the hammer, and I'll see you guys back at the truck. All right, well, I took a couple days to go over some of the results, but let's get right to it. All right, so the board is listed at $1,400, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna be able to get it for $1,200 at any point in time. And it's in the all-terrain class. We've already discussed the unboxing, so let's just skip right over that. As far as performance goes, the brake force and the control, it felt really, really good. It did skeet out on me a few times, but that was only when I laid into it 100%. Otherwise, it was extremely smooth. The off-the-line power, it was fair. It's got a lot of power. It doesn't last very long. It's only a few good, strong punches through the first few miles. And the acceleration rate and control, I think just because it's a hobby wing, it is a 9.5. I mean, it is buttery smooth braking and acceleration. All right, and with the torque portion, the mixed terrain gets a 4.5. I think just because that flex deck and those pneumatics, it just feels outstanding, whether I'm on grass or gravel. So that gets a 4.5. Now the grass hill climb, it gets a 4.5. It can rip through grass and rip up hills. But most of the hills that I try to take it up, just at the last few feet, it's almost like it runs out of power. I don't know, the wheels ain't spinning out. It's just like it doesn't have any more to get it up. So it gets a 4.5, but it does rip up almost any grass hill that you could bring it to. And as far as the paved hill with the weighted vest and everything like that, it gets an 8.5 because for a 220-pound guy, it did get up that hill at like 14, 15 miles an hour. It has the top speed of 29 miles per hour, so I feel like it could have done better with like the specs that they were trying to throw at everybody. So an 8.5 is a good score for me. And all right, as far as the agility portion of the test goes, the radius and the solemn gets a 4 out of 5 just because those double kingpin trucks feel super nice. It's just you have that rebound. The same goes with carving. If you're going at like a higher rate of speed, that rebound isn't necessarily your friend, but it does feel awesome if you got those trucks the way they're supposed to be. And kind of the same with cornering, but I didn't really experience it as much with the cornering. It felt really nice as long as you like laid into it right and came out of it right. It felt super good. So a 9 out of 10 is a super good score for that one. It feels great. And now for the wrap up, we got abused range at a 2 out of 5 just because this thing just loses strength so quickly. Especially when you're actually getting on it and doing all-terrain type riding, it loses its power very quickly. I mean, within like 8 or 9 miles. The last bar strength gets a 1 out of 5. Comfortability is a 4.5 because it feels awesome. And the overall value, I'm giving it a 3.5 just because that battery pack, and that's kind of the heart and soul of every single board. And because it falls short, it gets a 3.5 out of value. So its final score is a 78.5 out of 100. And that is the wrap up of the Backfire hammer. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you the next time.